Well, welcome today to our presentation of the X39 and the exciting things that are happening all around the world. My name is Vanessa and I have Andrew on the call who will introduce himself in a moment. We are based out of Australia, but we love that this presentation particularly goes to a lot of Canada and the US. We've just spent 9 years overseas, 8 years in Montreal, Quebec, and a year in Florida, USA. And so we love what is happening for people we know and love, and a growing team of people we're just getting to know that are also patching with the X39. So as Andrew shares how we first got this technology to us literally 1 year ago, I'll then turn to the screen and we'll start our presentation. Thanks, Andrew.
So my friend, I welcome everyone and good to meet you all. My friend, when we landed back in Australia, called me up and he said, "Hey, Andrew, have you been patched?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Now, my friend's 10 years older than me and heading towards 60. And he said to me, "Hey, my energy, I needed energy. I've been having major slumps." He goes, "My energy's gone through the roof." He goes, "This little patch, it's this stem cell regenerative technology." He goes, "I don't even really understand a lot of it, but it's so cheap at less than a coffee a day." He goes, "My hair's growing back." He goes, my hair's coming back in my natural color." And I'm like, "Come on, I've watched you for over 25 years, your hair recede and change color." And I saw him 2 months later, and it's true. His hair's come back thicker than ever, and some of his colors coming back. So I was curious, and I said, "Okay, I want to know more." And so that's where we jumped into a presentation like what Vanessa is about to show you in a minute. And it's all around this technology, which we're going to share more about, called the X39. It's this little patch. It's literally like a sticker that you take the back off and you either put on the back of your neck or under your belly button or really anywhere in your body where you have pain or discomfort. And we're seeing incredible success stories. You're on mute, my love.
All right. So this is what Andrew was sharing about the word, "Have you been patched yet?" And we love to say these patches will elevate, activate, and regenerate your own body's ability to heal itself and live in optimal health.
So David Schmidt is the CEO and inventor of the X39. He has over 130 patents. So this guy's not mucking around. He's a scientist and inventor, and he's actually specializes in age reversing. So, hey, who doesn't need a little bit of age reversing? He's actually won awards around it. So this isn't a guy that just sort of, came up with a LinkedIn profile and threw something out there. This guy's legitimate. He's worked with the American government, even pre-war, before Iraq, working with the Navy SEALs with technology. So he focused his attention on stem cell research in 2008, and his recent patent for X39 took over 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. So this is a man that's highly dedicated to what he does and bringing something to the world.
And he has a patent on this technology, as we said, so that patent becomes really important. We have lots of Canadians on tonight. It's this patent that really allows Canada Health to let this product into the country. And if there's ever a challenge with that, it's been incredible to watch Lifewave just go back and forth around this to make sure Canadians can have access to this wearable light therapy. The patent says that there'll be an elevation of your copper peptide. It's a peptide our body is kind of missing in terms of what switches on our own ability to regenerate stem cells. It will improve energy and it will elevate antioxidants, which means, again, an antioxidant just allows your body to bounce back quickly and continue to live at that optimal wellness.
So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? The fewer stem cells you have, unfortunately, the faster you age and the slower that you heal. And we've started to see that, many of us, over, and really I started to see that in my mid-30s. Obviously, millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. And what I didn't know is at the age of 30, only half your stem cells are active. We're never taught this. And at the age of 60, you lose almost all of your stem cell activity. So you're operating on 5 to 10% of what you would have had when you were in your teenage years. So we have a solution for that, we believe.
So the X39, if you have been told about this or sent this presentation, some of you might already have a patch on. It's photo light therapy. So phototherapy is quite well known, red light therapy, med beds, all the rest of it. But it is a form of that phototherapy. But instead of you having to go somewhere for that or use a machine, this is literally the same technology, but in a patch. But instead of this red light therapy just, elevating all cellular wellness, this is a specific, what we call nanocrystal technology, which just means many, many, many little like microcrystals in there made up of salts and aminos, and all natural, non-chemical. And what's happening is instead your heat and light is bouncing off that patch and messaging your copper peptides to begin to elevate. It's like a frequency, the same way you'd go out to the sun and the sun would tell you somewhere in the middle of deep winter, there's still that sun out there. And that sun will tell you vitamin D to elevate in your body. The sun doesn't hold vitamin D. It's messaging your body to elevate vitamin D the same way the heat and light will bounce off this patch and message your copper peptides to elevate in your body. When it does, those stem cells begin to regenerate. The big deal around this is there's no chemicals, no stimulants. It's non-invasive. So this is not the expensive stem cell therapy, pulling out your own blood, cleaning it out, injecting it back in, or someone else's stem cells. This is all natural and it's non-transdermal, which means nothing in this will cross the skin or the blood or brain barrier in terms of a chemical. So that's a huge deal, even around the elite athletes and where they can use this technology, which you'll see all over pictures, all over the recent Olympics. Everyone was using, so many people were using this technology.
So the benefits of X39 are increased strength, which we're hearing more and more, mental clarity, which has been some of our testimonies ourselves, reduced inflammation. What I didn't realize is a lot of illnesses and diseases and issues come from inflammation in the body. And so we need to reduce that. And this is what this is potentially doing for you. Restored muscle or skeletal conditions, increased stamina, improvement of sleep. I had sleep apnea. I had a sleep apnea machine for 1.5 years. After 3 months of being on X39, I stopped using that and I sleep through the night now. I'm not snoring anywhere near as much. I'm waking up rested and rejuvenated, and I'm remembering my dreams, and we're hearing that from a lot of people as well. So an improvement of sleep. When you sleep, your body heals, so it's so important. Energy and vitality, improved skin appearance. What I love this is all about optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And even recently, we heard somebody say that because of using the X39, they've been able to get out of their house and re-enter society again, and really be able to connect with people. That's been a real challenge for them for so long. So we love hearing stories like that.
So this is a brain scan of a woman. She's 77, but we love to disclaim that 77 or 7 years old, there is inflammation in everyone's brain, male or female, young or mature. But this red in her brain means that there's a real lack of connection between her right and left brain and the way those neurons fire. By 6 weeks on the X39, we see no more red or inflammation, and all that light blue means, again, there's really strong connection between the right and left. So that cognitive, that brain fog that goes after about 6 weeks is very, very typical of use on the X39. What also means that when your brain is balanced, that's a state of mental well-being, but it also allows for really different decisions to be made around other areas in your life and a way you want to orient towards wellness. Inflammation is the root cause of so much challenge. We're talking about Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, as well down to all the challenges on the spectrum when it comes to those neurodivergent diagnoses that a lot of young ones get these days, as well as mental health and what we're seeing in quality that's coming to people's life, where they're really getting breakthroughs from those challenges.
So the long-term results of X39, and by the way, you can look at more case studies at thisisit.info.com, where you can do a deep dive more about this technology. And so we really would encourage you to do that. But in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset in your body. I didn't even know we had 4,000 genes. And so that's amazing. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. And again, we're seeing testimony after testimony of that, or that brain fog and so on. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And we're not just talking about the collagen like on the outside that we all love. It is that, but it's also the collagen that surrounds your vital organs, which is so important for our long-term future. And within 6 months, our heart reverses in age. They did a clinical study. And what they found was that in 6 months, your heart reverses age by 8 years, sort of as an average. So we love that. What we heard, what I love from the inventor and CEO is it's not about anti-aging, it's about age reversing. And we always say that we don't want to live long, but not live well. We want to live long and we want to live well. And so this is what, for the price of a coffee or less a day, this is the potential of what this can do in your body.
Yeah, we have exciting partnerships with some doctors and some practitioners right now, and they were just talking about the fact that, you know, operations keep you alive longer, but it doesn't optimize your wellness. And so they, again, so many people are integrating this technology into the way they're helping people, both professional and just personal, all around the world. So how to wear an X39, it's so simple. I always say Andrew should do this part because he's like, it's designed for men, is what you say, don't you, honey?
It is.
So 12 hours on and 12 hours off. The reason being is that after 12 hours, you also need your body to then begin, after the regeneration, to begin to just rest and repair. If you can wear the X39 during the day, then while you're resting at night in that deep healing sleep Andrew's referencing, then those stem cells can begin to move around to where they're meant to go in your body. Throw the patch away, or like many people, put it on an animal bed or put it on a plant, because both animals and plants also respond to photolight therapy. And we hear sounds too good to be true stories around animals, but actually there is an approved patch for animals, and the rest of us just use the X39 to put as that leftover few hours of light technology on our animals' beds. Put a patch on the next day and repeat. It truly is that simple. Set and forget. The only thing we say is drink a good amount of water with a Celtic sea salt or an electrolyte. If people are struggling to see a result after 3 to 6 months, yes, there'll be something happening on the inside of their body, but this fast tracks results to make sure your water is active and energized so that those stem cells can move, because stem cells love that active water. So there's a great powder being released soon from Lifewave itself to help that. But in the meantime, Celtic sea salt is perfect. So we're going to storytell just for a few minutes, because the technology itself can sound sophisticated. Applying it is simple, but it's the stories that really make the impact. We love to say and disclaim right now that the patch on you will be unique to your body. So these stories build hope and build a sense of explaining how unique and different everyone's body is going to respond. That you need to take your age, divide it by 10, so like a decade, and for as long as you've been alive, if you're 60, you need to absolutely think minimum 6 months for all your own stem cells to wake back up. If you're 30, think 3 months, 60, 70, 80, think 6, 7, or 8 months. At that point, once your stem cells are back and active and all moving around your body, then it can go to some deeper healing. So if you don't understand regenerative technology, you're going to want a quick fix. And yes, you'll hear some quick stories about one patch type wonders or within a week or two, but this is more of a long-term approach to wellness for your life. So we're going to hear a few stories from people in Canada right now. So let's hear first from Carol.
Hi. Okay, well, to start off, Guy and I have had really good results. Me with mental brain fog, energy, back and neck pain, all within, I would say, a month or two. Like very big difference when we started the patch. And then, of course, I introduced it and shared it with people. And after my launch, I've had this lovely lady, Mary, and she got into the advance package, and she wanted to share it with her family. So it worked great for her. It addressed quite a few issues for her, but she shared it with her sister, her son, and a friend. And all of them have had really good results to the point where her sister signed up and they want to they're committed now to doing the patch. Her friend also just signed up today, and she was sharing with me that she gets no more night sweats. She used to have cortisone in her shoulder every 3 months. Well, she was about 3 weeks into the X39 patch, and she has no more pain. So now she says at the end of December, she's due for her third month, or after her 3 month cortisone injection. And she says, I don't even think I need it. So I thought, oh, that's great. I was so happy to hear that. And then she's got no more knee pains. And now she just wants to regenerate her stem cells. She's got a really bad cold now. So she wants to, she absolutely wanted today to reorder well, she got into the core package as well. So, I mean, it's working. There's no doubt about it. And I'm so happy because these ladies are in their 70s. And that's amazing for me. I just love that idea because they're getting their life back, basically, which I love, but
So great.
So yeah. Yeah.
And Guy, we love just hearing from you. You're all in with this too, aren't you?
I'm the silent partner. No. No, I've had good results too. I basically, I think we're on month 6 now, and I've had groin sports hernia for 4 years, and so that went away within 6 weeks, and I had a sore that the doctor had to cut out, and it was growing back. And once I started patching, it reversed itself, and now it's gone. So this is something they treated twice before, and now it's completely gone. So
Yeah.
we'll figure.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So it's good. Yeah.
We're getting good results.
You really are. It's
For sure.
I love it. You're so leaning into it. You were already very understanding of integrative work, but love having you guys on team. So thanks for sharing. Then we've got Michelle over here. Michelle and Stafford have been patching.
Yeah.
It's
I
on the
just
year.
I just wanted to give a little bit of an update, even for some that are new and stuff like that. Like my dad is one of my biggest success stories, obviously. He was diagnosed before he came to live with me with mild dementia. And he's been patching now for about 10 months. And by the summertime, we noticed such a difference in him positively that he's been taken off his dementia medication. So that has been really amazing. And that just continues to get better and better for him. He had that really bad head cold that's going around as well. And it was so bad on him, the poor guy, that he was so congested in his head that his nose started bleeding like 3, 4 times a day. It was terrible. And during that period of time, we had to go, and he was scheduled for his annual hearing test. And the week that he had the head cold, I had not put the two and two together for some reason, but I didn't. That I had to, when I was talking to him, I needed to basically yell at him for him to hear me. He was having a very difficult time hearing me. Like his TV in his room that he'd be watching, he'd have it down at 19, but by the end of the week, it was up to 56. Like it was like so loud, and was like, what is going on? So thank goodness we're going for this hearing test. So we went in there to long story short, to go in and have it all tested and everything else. And she basically looked in his ears and said, his hearing aids are fine. His head has got so much congestion in this one ear right here that we don't see this in adults. We see this in children. She said he needs to get this checked by his doctor, probably needs an antihistamine. It gets, up his nose and things like that. And that's probably the reason for his nosebleeds and everything else as well, too. That was on a Thursday. And on the Friday, we couldn't get a doctor or anything like that. I just felt, you know what? I'm putting Eon on him, which is the patch, the X39 he wears, but the Eon is also specifically as an anti-inflammatory. So I started putting the Eon on him, on his neck. And by the Sunday, he had the TV turned down to back to 19. He was telling me he could hear me absolutely no problem. That was 48 hours, 48 hours on that patch. And he could hear now again and all that. And then we've gone the rest of the week. He has not had one nosebleed since that. Since the Eon's gone on him, not one nosebleed. All of his hearing loss has come back. One of the things that the doctor did do for him was turn his hearing aid up a little bit, that only she could do. He can't do that and monitor. Now he's saying the hearing aid's too loud. So we have to go back and have them turn it back down again now, which has been amazing. But his health and everything else is just, even putting the Eon on him, I just noticed he's much more calm. He sleeps. Well, he's always been an okay sleeper, but he sleeps so much better now. His energy levels and everything else, like he's 92 years old and he runs around like he's in his 70s. Like it is amazing to me to watch the transition with my own daughter and everything else who has had IBS and all kinds of digestive issues and things like that. And to see how her health has come back and she's gotten her freedom back again, and even the anxiety and all of that. And then there's my niece, Jessica's sister-in-law, who her numbers from her diabetes have now come to normal, that her doctors are just so amazed as to her numbers have never been this good. And she's type 1, insulin pump, the whole bit. And she hasn't felt better, and she's sleeping better and all of this kind of stuff. And my own energy and back issues and herniated discs and all that, I haven't had anything come at them for at least 8 months now. So I'm just thrilled.
It's so, I love it. And we're here with people in Australia that are 2 years of use, and over in the States is obviously about 4, nearly 5 years. So this is exciting, friends, and you'll share this with everyone and anyone as you continue to build hope. So we're going to wrap up, and thank you so much for sharing. We're just going to wrap up with ways to purchase this product. There obviously is an incredible financial opportunity to be a brand partner and to share this with people you love and people you don't know that you just meet. But we'll do a second presentation straight off this for 30 more minutes, and it will be a separate recording. So let me just share my screen one more time and just show you ways to purchase. So you can see more of these testimonies and all the information you need, deep dive or just simple explanation of what X39 is at This Is It info. We'll cover some of this in the business presentation in a moment, even what really matters to you, how simple it is to start sharing. But we'll wrap up, and Andrew, will you just share about the simple ways to purchase for people, particularly those that will share this across Canada?
Exactly. So you've got 3 different packages that you can buy. And again, at the end of the day, it's less than a price of a coffee. It's around $5 to $6. Well, Canadian's even cheaper than Australian, and US even cheaper at $3.30. But equivalency of, I just went to buy coffee the other day, and it was $7 here. So this is cheaper than a coffee, cheaper than a glass of wine or a beer at the bar, for creating optimum health for your life. So you have the core package. That's 3 of these sleeves, so 3 months worth, with 30 of those little patches in each one. And that's really for someone on their own that just wants to get their health sorted, just wants to get on this journey of getting that optimum health happening in their body. And so that's $295 US as a one-off price for 3 of the X39s. It's in US dollars because this is now over around 75 countries in the world. So it's the one currency no matter where you are. If you're a couple or a young or a small family, the advanced pack, the second one, could be great for you at $535 US because you get 6 of these X39 sleeves. And so basically that gives 3 months for 2 of you, or a couple of months if you have, say, 2 children that you want to look at this as well. We have had our children on it. It's been a game changer for them. And so we can share more about that, or your brand partner can with you. And then for those, and this unlocks the business compensation plan, which we're going to be speaking about in the next session. At the core of the first one at $295 US, you can earn by sharing this. You can be compensated for up to $100 US a week, which really is great for those who just want to pay for their patches and a little bit of extra income. So that's working really well for a lot of people. The advanced pack unlocks the full compensation plan of the business, which with the unlimited amount, as for those who want to also share this and be compensated for it. And then the premium pack, which is the third package at $1,750 US, you actually get 20 of these X39. So number one, you're getting that reduced from $99.95 per sleeve in the core and the advanced to $87.50 a sleeve in the premium. And so that's, again, a one-off cost. You get 20 of these. And really that's for those with big families who like to get the best price. And also for those like many of us who came in at this package who would like to start a second stream of income. And so you're going to be patching people, you're going to be sharing with people, and also you need extra stock. That what we do is when somebody close by orders, and I know Canada Post at the moment's not great at all, as they're waiting for this to come in, you could give them 1 or 2 of these to be able to start patching, and then when theirs comes in, they just bring that back to you. So that is great for those who are really looking to create, those 4, 5, 6 figures a month potential to really run with this as it's exploding around the world.
So Michelle mentioned, and we will wrap up the recording to acknowledge this. She mentioned an Aeon patch for inflammation for her father. What's really, really recommended in countries where you may not then need an X39 next month, in this wholesale price, it comes with a monthly subscription. And so what we're going to do with that monthly subscription is highly recommend the Aeon as the patch that you put in your monthly subscription for a few weeks, just so we can deal with inflammation in everyone's bodies. Because if inflammation comes down, then your stem cells can get to work even quicker on other areas of healing. So it's a highly recommended patch that we call a support patch, just for a few months as you want to fast track those results. And so it's less price than the X39. So you would wear X39 during the day and Aeon at nighttime, and we're seeing incredible results with those 2 patches. You're still coming in at less than $7 a day when you add both those patches in, and maybe $8 there in Canada. But truly, for your health, it is worth it for those few months. So circle back with the brand partner that invited you to this presentation. This is exciting, what is happening. We are so glad to have had you on today and watch it. Thank you for sharing those stories, and we love the way they're unfolding for people. So I'm going to stop the recording, get in touch with the person who shared it with you, and let's get you patched as quick as possible.